for me, what I saw both at home but also in the wider world, work was making us sick. Work was making us take our own lives. This is a terrible place to be. Surely we can do better than that.
And I'd be interested to know a bit more about your, let's say, your personal connection to mental health and well-being in the workplace, and how also that has informed the company's philosophy and approach to workplace well-being.
Do I look that tired for the for the global movement? Yeah. I'm very passionate about the topic. If I go back to the early 2010s, minding my own business in the corporate world, doing a job as normal, and it was actually my partner's depression, anxiety, and subsequent poor treatment at work that stopped me in my tracks, and seeing what he went through, and what happened at home, really. So that stopped me in my tracks, got me out of the corporate world, and I wanted to try and make a positive change to the workplace. So I started up Wellbeing at Work, and it was really about bringing leaders together, trying to change the conversation around mental health in the workplace. There was a lot of celebrities talking about mental health,
Sure.
but the workplace was quite stigmatized. So that's what started my journey, and thankfully the conversation has moved on quite a bit since then.
Yeah, thankfully. And in terms of the treatment you mentioned from your partner or of your partner, are you able to tell us a bit more about, I guess, how that manifested? Are we talking about a lack of support, a lack of awareness? What can you tell us about that particular journey in terms of the things that really motivated you? You said you were stopped in your tracks.
Yeah, I think no companies named, but it was a tech environment, and there was a lot going on in Mark's life. His brother had addiction issues. There was a lot of stress in his personal life, but the toxic culture within the workplace was just compounding that. So the job design, the workload, the lack of trust, the bullying behaviour, and the culture within that organisation just tipped him over the edge. And there were signs leading up to that point, and if the organisation had been better set up, and it's no disrespect to that organisation, it was back in times where
Symptomatic.
it was actually quite normal, and we were coming off the back of the financial crisis in 2008, so there was a lot of stress in the working environment, and I think there was a lot of mental health challenges across the board. And for me, what I saw both at home but also in the wider world, work was making us sick. Work was making us take our own lives. This is a terrible place to be. Surely we can do better than that.